Okay, so let's just jump right in. My name is Swellzot, and well, it's my username. So my username is Swellzot, and it's not my real name. You can rest assured it's not my real name. Anyways, awkward intro aside, I'm going to show you guys how to use my Pokemon PKHeX trade template with PKHeX import, as you see down here. And I hope it's pretty clear from the title. You PKHeX import, and it gives you a nice little trade sheet that shows you all the nice, interesting data of the Pokemon that isn't completely ugly. Because, yeah, sometimes when PKHeX just straight up exports it, it's not very good looking. So now you got sprites and colors and organization, and it's pretty good if I do say so myself. Full credit to Pokemon Showdown's Wi-Fi room. I'll link the user in the description, but they created a really sweet template that I kind of ripped, and then full credit to another guy on PKHeX, on r/Pokemon Plaza, that subreddit. He made a brilliant also PKHeX import, which I ripped some of the formulas from, put in some of my own, just kind of sort of like a hybrid between the two of them. So it's the format of the Wi-Fi room from Pokemon Showdown, but the formulas and ideas from the other guy. So I just put those together in my brainchild, plus little features of my own that I added in. And yeah, so that's all I have to say on that front for crediting. Those two are the best. I can't stress it enough. And anyways, right onto the tutorial. So what you need is some Pokemon to give away or to put in your trade database. I have Lucario, Pikachu, Ditto, Shiny Ditto, and their items are important because there are some items that do not work. And if you look at the Ditto, it's from Taiwan, and it's got the CHT text, and the nickname is blank. Now, the nickname will actually have a nickname in-game, which is important, but the export will be a bunch of squares. So I don't know if you guys want to clarify that, but it's pretty clear that the squares are not going to be the actual text in-game, and I'll show you what I mean later on. And another thing I want to show you real quick is when you go to the OTMIC, if you go to the TID, or hover over it, you can see the Gen 7 TID 1736 for the TSV, which is your shiny value, and your TID is 046211 if you are this guy with this combination. So that aside, I'm just going to go to Tools, Data, and then go to, you can do Database, or you can do Box Data Report, but this is easier. So do this, and then you see, this is the format that it would be in, minus the fact that the sprites wouldn't be shown. It'd just be like dot sprite dot something, and it's ugly. So what you want to do is just click X, save all the data to CSV. You indeed want to do that. Click yes. Save it as whatever you want. I'll save it as tutorial. And you want to open up that folder, which is right here. Go to your drive, which is right here. Drag and drop that tutorial into there. It's uploading. You don't want to open this with Sheets, and then you're just going to wait for a little bit while that loads. In the meantime, I will show you around this document real quick. So first, what we have is the import page, obviously. Next, you got the database, which I would not play with. It doesn't really... Don't touch these for sure. This will just kill you if you touch those. Actually, no, it won't, because never mind. But just don't play with this. Like, I don't even think it does anything anymore, but just don't play with it, please. Cause, I don't know, just don't play with it. Trust me, it's going to ruin your day. Anyways, go back to the intro. That's what I'm doing. Not my video intro, but this intro. And, like I was saying with the TID TSV, you can now input that here. Let me tell you, I did a bunch of recordings in the past. I always forgot to mention TID and TSV, which is why I had to redo it. Anyways, so you got your name, put that here, in between the little V's, sideways V's. There's a better name for that, I'm just blanking. And your Reddit username, obviously, your in-game name, IGN, for those that didn't know. Wow. You're welcome. Friend code, that's pretty much, if you don't know what friend code is, I can't help you, friend. See what I did there, guys? Anyways, then you get your TID, self-explanatory is what I said. Game version, Sun, Moon, Oras, X, Y, Diamond, Pearl, whatever it is for you. Although it wouldn't be Diamond and Pearl, that's kind of dumb. And this is my favorite little thing, because I do giveaways, that's my thing. And this isn't really going to help you if you're going to do a bot giveaway, because there's a whole bunch of intricacies there that aren't going to work for this. But if you're doing a manual giveaway, it's so much easier when they have the Pokemon nicknamed, something that's really specific to you. So let's say you want to have them catch a Rattata. you want to delete these carrots, I guess, whatever you call them. Did I spell it? Whatever. Catch that. Name it to the database ID, which I'll showcase later. Put it up on the GTS, and then wait. You can just change this whatever you want. You can omit it because you might not do giveaways yourself, but there you go. And that's enough for the intro. You can change this if you don't want. You can be like bad trading if you want to be evil, but nah, happy trading for me. So you go to the tutorial page. Your CSV. I'm sorry. I apologize. I have failed you guys. I'm really trying to be funny, guys. I'm sorry. And you do Control A, Control C. Copy that. Go to your PKHeX import. Go to A1, and it's important that you don't double click because that's going to kill you. It won't, but it's going to be annoying. Anyway, so you just click on it once, Control V, and then pow, it's all there. All the good stuff. And this is what I meant by the system drawing sprite thing when I said the sprite won't show up on a spreadsheet. It won't. And this is the squares thing I was talking about, the nicknames for the Taiwanese dittos. As you can see here, this is not very fun to navigate and read. It's not very attractive. You could offer this to people, but there's still stuff you would have to like fix. Oh, I forgot to do something. Okay, well, real quick. Dang it. I wanted to showcase something, but I didn't. Anyways, if you were to do an Alolan Pokemon like Alolan Rattata, the species and nickname would say Rattata, and there would be nothing to indicate that it was Alolan. So, thankfully for this one, this thing right here, which it has loaded, it would specify for you what it is. Anyways. Oh crap, what am I? I'm all the way on the wrong side of town. Anyway, so here we are. You see you've got your generation, your database ID, which is your, I was talking about the GTS thing, nickname it to the database ID of the Pokemon you want. So, for example, if someone would want this Lucario, they would nickname it EX51776, or whatever you changed it to. And then, yeah, so then you got your Pokemon here, the sprites, whether or not they're shiny, the balls are caught in, plus a little sprite there, that's always cool. The nickname with the boxes, which I told you about. Gender, obvious. Level, obvious. Hold items, or held items, my bad. And then the sprites. And fair warning, some sprites do not work, like rare candies don't work, and bottle caps don't work. I've already tested those. I could put them in the database, but that would just be so much work. I'll do that in like a later release of this, whatever. Consider this version 1. No, it might do more. Although, this can get really tedious, but you know what? For the people. So anyways, as I was saying, held item, sprites, natures, abilities. Simple as that. I'm going to make this so that way when it's hidden ability, it'll be like italicized or different or something just to differentiate it, and it's not that hard to do. Anyway, so next you got the moves, which is simple enough. It's just what moves it has in what slot. And then you've got the egg moves, which is one of my personal favorite little touches that I added myself. I just like it, so cool, because I did it myself. Yay. I am okay. I need to get through this. So, next you got your IVs, simple enough, 31, 31, 31. And you got your hidden powers with a little nice sprite here. Now, if you saw my original spreadsheet here at my first giveaway, you know that this sprite is actually different. And the reason for that is, I have no real good reason. It was just easier for me to use these sprites. Perfect. Actually, that is reason. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak English. Next, we have the Eevee spread. Yay. Oh yeah, and if you have 0 or like a non-31, it won't be green, it'll be some other thing. Thanks to conditional formatting and the original guy from the Pokemon Showdown Wi-Fi room. Good guy. Or girl. I don't know him or her. But that was all them. This was me, kinda. This was me, actually. Me. I'm not gonna say what was me. But the formatting of the color, I just thought was cool. The none, the decision to go red for none, that was all me because I thought that looked cool. But you can always change that. Just edit conditional formatting. I won't get into that really deep. Next, you get your Met location, your Met level. So I don't really know. I just included that so I could have something to scroll through because I love this little scroll bar. Oh yeah, and I didn't know that how to do this, but if you want to move this bar, you just drag and drop it, and it'll be beforehand. It'll be like right here, but you don't really want that, so I'm gonna just change that back. But yeah, it'll be up here. You can just move it, and now these are all frozen. You can't like you can do the scroll stuff. It's really cool. Or at least I think it's cool, so I just don't have a life. Anyway, so you got met level, game, language, which is good if you want to trade like a foreign Pokemon for pseudo methods and stuff. There you go. You got your OT, symbol, your Gen 7 TID, which I mentioned before, and if you notice that in the import, there's no actual Gen 7 TID slot, and if it is, I just missed it every single freaking time, but I don't think there is. I forgot if there is. It would be like so sad. No, there isn't. So I made a formula. I just made a formula to copy all that stuff. I mean, I kind of just, yeah, this is fun. I'm proud of this. Anyways, and then you got your Rule 8, which is important for trading on Pokemon Plaza. Not so much anywhere else, but Pokemon Plaza, you got your little Rule 8 here, so you can just Control C, go to Pokemon Plaza, do what you need to do. You're all good. Now, if you're wondering, how can I change this database ID so it doesn't say EX? It's simple. Just double click on this first box, and then you see right here it says EX. Change this to whatever you want. If your name is Joe Smith and you want to represent you somehow so you can identify it easily, JS. And yeah, now it all says JS. Perfect. But really, you can this is just a bunch of math formulas that I made, a bunch of if statements with a bunch of modulos and squaring and multiplication and subtraction and adding. It's just random stuff, and that's all you really need to do is just focus on that. You can just write your own thing pretty simply. Like, I would recommend doing like length of the nickname times length of the nature times length of the ability times length of the first move. So that way it adds like something that's really pretty much custom to each Pokemon, and then do like minus the level plus the Gen 7 TID minus the Met level plus like the attacks. Just like do a whole bunch of random stuff. So that way it'll be really hard for it to come together. But that's really just up to you. So I've covered database ID. Oh yeah, this page is simple. I'm going to put the video tutorial that I'm about to make right here. So you don't get to see it right now because I obviously haven't made the video, but it will be there. Trust in me. So I think that's about it. Let me just run through this real quick. You got your generation, simple. Database ID, simple. Ooh, I want to change this to Pokemon. I will, but simple. 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 Oh yeah, I made it so that way sun is orange, moon is purple, just because I think that's funny. Not funny, but cool. Anyways. Ooh, I messed up here. I'm about to change that. But actually, yeah, I'll change that later. But this is supposed to be the gender, and this is supposed to be the level. Messed up. I think everything else is alright. I mean, this is just interchangeable. But that's all. That's all I have for today. Farewell. You get to see my XSplit setup, because I am too lazy to edit this out. I am just so tired. Alright, peace out. I hope you enjoy. That's all.